and welcome back to the 7th video of the Tree Magic book that I'm doing videos on. I know it's been a while. I have been super busy with other stuff like challenges, so I haven't made a lot of these videos, but I am done writing at least the first part of the book, and I just have to get caught up with the videos. So this one, I'll be talking about trees in Wiccan cosmology, as well as how they relate to the wheel and the elements. So when compared to the religious traditions of the Celts and the ancient Germans, the central beliefs and practices of traditional Wicca weren't quite as heavily focused on trees. As a recap, Wicca, my main religion, is heavily emphasized in the worship of the goddess and god, the celebration of fertility, and the natural cycles of life and death. Trees are a part of nature, and therefore they are part of the realm of the goddess and the god. They are part of the wheel of the year, and they can be seen as excellent representations of the elements. So how do they correspond with the wheel and the elements? Well, deciduous trees are perfect embodiments of the cycles of the seasons in their right, serving as pivotal markers of the wheel of the year. They provide us the first signs of spring as subtle, velvety buds begin to appear. In summer, their buds blossom into flowers or maybe fruits, and they continue to grow and store food for the coming winter months. In fall, they start to change colors and fall down. And then once they're completely bare, we know that that's winter, and we must await for spring. And there are some places in the world where they don't get snow, but the trees will still change colors, and they'll fall, and they'll become completely bare, so you know that it's still technically winter, even though there's no snow on the ground. Up here, we know it's snow, or it's winter because there's snow on the ground. And for the fall season, we get a very short fall. Like, it's normally a couple weeks of fall that we get, and it's a couple weeks of spring that we get. We don't really get spring and fall up here. It's mainly summer, super, super hot and dry. Especially like this summer has been really dry. So I'll definitely be welcoming the cold, wet snow because it definitely will help. But there you go. Like other plant life, trees are also ultimate embodiments of the elements in action. Not only are they homes for elemental beings, they represent each of the elements in unique ways. They are rooted in soil, they require water, they convert the sun into energy, as well as they use the air to spread their seeds and replant. Lastly, they represent the element of spirit by being connected to the universe, as spirit is the element that connects to the universe. Tree magic can be worked in the elements. So just by watching the trees flutter in the wind, you are representing the element of air. If you're really good at seeing images, you can try to see if you can see images in the fluttering leaves. I can't do that, so I can't tell you how that works, but I know some people are able to see those slight images, and that's something you can definitely do to embodiment air. For the water element, first, the earth element is honored by planting of new trees and any spells that involve bearing charms made from any parts of the trees, like bark, leaves, nuts, blossoms, fruits, anything like that. One of my favorite earthly spells is the ABC charm spell, where you pretty much say a charm, and I like to cut the apple. You take an apple, and I like to cut it. I take a small apple, and I like to cut it, and then I bury either a slice if it's for a pot, or if it's for a big tree or like a big plant that's in the ground, I'll still cut up the pieces, but I'll say the charm as I'm cutting up the pieces and placing the apple in the ground near the tree. And you do this on the first waning moon, and by the time the new moon starts, or the first quarter moon starts, the apple will have rotted away or decomposed, and the tree plant will take that nutrients from the apple and absorb it, making the tree healthier. So that's one of my favorite earth spells that involves nature magic. The water element is represented when you do a spell or a ritual that requires setting energy-infused leaves/bark to float on any body of water, carrying it away. And lastly, the fire element is obviously represented by any kind of ritual bonfire or candle spell that you do. So in the next video, I'll be talking about how trees are incorporated into tools of the craft. There are two main tools that pretty much is well known that everyone uses, even though I don't really use any of these two tools. A lot of people do. And I will also be talking about their history and their uses. And the last will be the bonfire, which is another common way that people incorporate trees into the craft. And because, as I was reading it, the information on these two tools and the bonfire is pretty vague, because I'll be talking about their history and their uses, each of them will be a separate video. So with that is the end of this video. It will not be accompanied by a written post. Again, if you want a written post, feel free to tell me, and I will definitely write everything in here in a written post. With that, keep calm and witch on. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.